Shalom, YouTube. I have a new series that I'm about to start, and it's going to be called Bring Shame Back. And it's going to have an unlimited amount of parts just until I believe that it should be done. In this, we're going to cover videos and watch different behavior from women and just evaluate what we have going on here and start a conversation in the comment section and just listen to basically my commentary on the issues that we're facing as black women in our community. So the topic for today is single mothers. And this topic is very personal to me because I was a single mother, and I believe that I'm speaking from experience. I'm not saying anything that I don't know when it comes to this topic. I believe that being a single mother is nothing to be proud of. It's nothing to be encouraged about. It's nothing to want to get into. If you are currently a woman without a child, I encourage you to get a man or find a man who will make a lifelong commitment with you, whether it be marriage or just a covenant between you, him, and the Most High, before you have children. And any women who are out and already have children, who are sleeping around, just thinking that it's okay to sleep with different men and not evaluate these men or vet these men and make sure that they could even have the capacity to be good fathers, it would be on you and not that man if you get pregnant by him and he doesn't want to raise the child. He doesn't have to. You should have been making, I'm not saying he doesn't have to, like he shouldn't be responsible, because of course that's ideal. Of course, both parties should be responsible for the life that they create. But we're going to talk about the woman right now, because even in my situation, I got pregnant when I was 19. And to be honest, I wasn't looking at my son's father as, is he going to be a good father? Or does he have the qualities of a good father? I was thinking about myself. And I was thinking about what I liked in the moment and how good we were together in that moment. Enjoying it, having fun, and not thinking about the future. So I believe there are a lot of women who do that, but then want to put the responsibility all on the man, when it's not just the man's responsibility to be thinking about these things, because I believe sex is initiated by the woman. If it's not, one of those precarious situations where, you're being taken advantage of, the woman is who allows for sex to happen. You open your legs, you say yes. You understand? So anytime that something happens from the sexual encounter, like pregnancy or STD, you cannot get mad at the man. You as a woman should have valued yourself more and made a better decision before you slept with that man. So today I wanted to talk about single mothers, because I believe that should, in our community, because there are so many single mothers in our community, I believe that single motherhood is something that should begin to be shamed. I believe that we should not encourage women to be single mothers. If women are single mothers, we should ask them difficult questions like, what were you thinking when you were with this man? Why, if they have more than one child, why are you continuing to make this bad decision? You are not married. What are you doing? We need to start making women be accountable for their actions, because this type of decisions has a lifelong ramifications on the children that are being raised in these situations. Like, I'm very grateful that I'm married and I have a husband who can be a male figure in my son's life. But if I did not have him, I would be like other women who have, and a lot of women seem to have sons, which kind of seems like a judgment call to me, because single mothers very rarely, or if at all, can raise a man. A woman can't raise a man. She can do her best to upbring a good human being, but to raise a man, you would need a man to be that example for that man. So I would have a son and he would have no male figure. His father, chooses not to be in his life, and that's my own fault for not picking a better father figure, a better mate. So that is what I'm seeing a lot of sisters facing. raising these children on their own and they raise them with vitriol towards men because now they're not being accountable for their own actions, blaming men like it's the man's fault for why they're in the situation raising that child alone, and it's not solely on the man. And I just see a lot of that, and I see a lot of bitterness and a lot of lack of accountability. I seen an interview today that I'm going to share with you all with Ayana, Heal My Life, or whatever her show is called. I'm sorry, I forgot what it was called, but it was just a little clip that I seen. And this mother, see, when you think that you can do it on your own, you don't want to be a submissive and feminine woman, you're going to end up raising your children by yourself. And when you raise your children by yourself, you don't realize, because you get very caught in your delusion, just the amount of damage that you're doing to your child, especially if you're a woman and you're a single mother and you have a son. The damage that single mothers do to their sons is absolutely shameful. We are not talking about that enough. Making them their son husbands, or putting too much responsibility on them like that's their man, or getting mad at them because they're mad at the father, or whatever the case may be. There is a lot of dysfunction in the Black community when it comes to single mothers and their sons. I want you all to check out this clip.
Are a provocative victim. You provoke stuff, and then when you start being held accountable for it, then you start twisting and turning and making the other person wrong. You just sat here and told your son, who ain't got a needle in his arm, who I'm assuming pays his own rent. He's married to a registered nurse. He's got 3 baby boys. And you just sat here in his face and said, I don't respect him as a man. Mm-hmm. And you don't think to consider what that does to his heart, to his soul, to his spirit.
I'm sure that's hurtful.
And you okay with that?
And it's hurtful for the things that he says.
But there you go, you're doing it. You're doing it right now. You're doing it right now. I'm holding you accountable, and you spinning your web. You're trying to get away. You're trying to get away. Tell me, just here's the question. Just answer it. We'll get back to that other stuff later. Tell me.
Forgive me, I respect him. He's a wonderful man.
Do you understand that your mouth, your voice, your words are connected to the coils in his heart, to the valves in his heart? He can't help but love you. And every time you dishonor that love, you chip a piece of it. This is why in our culture as Black people, when the boys turn a certain age, the men come and get him and take him away from the mother because she can emotionally manipulate him. But since we don't live in our culture no more, we say what we want to say, do what we want to say. We tear our men down and then wonder why they don't make good husbands and fathers. Mothers destroy sons. His mother can speak to him in certain ways that destroy him in ways that can never be repaired.
As you can see in that last video, this is the type of things that can happen when single mothers get to that point where I guess they believe that they don't need no help, and then they start to build up all that vitriol and hatred towards men, and they lack accountability. It's absolutely shameful. Look how her son is trying to reach out to her and tell her how her behavior has affected his life. And look how she's reacting to it. Look how she's deflecting and not taking accountability. If you know a woman like this, or if your mother was like this, or you see your sister being like this with her children, or your auntie, it's time that we hold our sisters accountable. Like sisters, I mean like Black women. It's time that we hold them accountable, because it's amazing that man actually has a wife and is in a seemingly good relationship when he has a mother like that, because that is not something that happens often. Men who come from mothers like that tend to have lives that are very difficult if they don't end up in the prison system. So if we bring shame back to women who are acting out in that behavior, who are lacking accountability in the things that they've done in their children's lives, I believe that can be a lot very helpful for our community. Stop praising them because they stick like she. I would say that she still looks good, so she probably still gets attention from men. If a man come across a woman like that, he should give her no attention. He shouldn't give her the time of day. We gotta start asking these hard questions. How are you with your children? Do you respect men? Do you know how to raise children? Or how is your relationship with your children? Like, we have to start bringing these type of topics of conversation up when it comes to speaking to the single mother and seeing where her mind state is, because if not, we need to put her into a position of shame, because lacking accountability like that or being a mother in that kind of way is going to do nothing but produce children like him who are hurt and probably full of trauma due to his mother, or murderers, rapists, and all types of things come from single mother households with women who have that kind of mindset. In this next video, we see the other side of another side rather of single motherhood, and the ideology that some women have, it just doesn't make any sense. How you have this many children with this many Pookie and Ray Rays, and you haven't sat and you have the nerve to be on a dating show and haven't sat and thought that that's not the best thing for you to be doing right now? Let's check it out.
Wait a minute, what's your name?
My name is Awanti.
How do you spell that?
Iuwanti.
Iuwanty. Awanti?
Yeah, it's an I at the end.
And Awanti, where are you calling me from?
Virginia.
How old is your child?
I got a 2-month-old, a 1-year-old, a 7-year-old, a 12-year-old, and 11-year-old.
Wow. How old are you, Awanti?
I'm 35.
Are all your kids by the same man?
No, 3 different fathers.
Why are you not with the dad that you had a baby with 2 months ago?
Oh my God. He was okay, but he has a gambling problem. Really bad.
Why you have a baby by him?
He was not like that at first. Like he does real estate and he had a lot of money. He was doing really good. And all of a sudden he used his last 50,000 in savings to buy a building to do something with it. And then after that, he got stressed out and he started gambling to get money back because no one wanted to buy the building. I'm so sorry.
Do the 2-month-old and the 1-year-old have the same dad?
No, they have different fathers.
Why are you not with the man you had a baby with a year ago?
Because he was abusive. He was abusive. He was just very abusive. Huh?
Why you have baby by all these men that have these drastic issues?
They were not like that when I first started dating them. They were nothing like that. Like they were totally different.
All these issues appeared after you had children.
Yeah. Yeah. My 2-month-old, his gambling problems didn't start until after I found out I was pregnant. I guess because of the pressure of having another baby. That was his 7th baby. So the pressure of having.
Why have a baby by a man that already has 6 kids?
He was married to his ex-wife who had 5 boys with him. So he had 5 kids. And I found out also he had another baby on me. He had another girl pregnant the same time, 2 months older than my baby. And I had no clue. That's another reason why I didn't give him another chance.
So you're the oldest children's dad. Why are you guys not together?
Oh my God. He left me and married a white girl because we were going through financial hardship. Instead of him sticking it out with me and getting through it with me, he left one day while I was at work and took a lot of stuff out of the house. And I came home to get the kids and he had took them to my grandparents and I didn't talk to him for like a year. He had 7 kids too.
Before your 2 children?
No, he had 3. He had 3.
Before your 2?
Yeah, he actually had 2. Then my daughter and his 3rd child with the other baby mama are the same exact age. So he had a baby on me too.
So would you say that you don't get to know these men well enough before you get pregnant by them?
Basically, yeah. Yeah. And I'm willing to have another baby if I'm married. I got to be married now. Yeah.
You don't have to answer, but I'm gonna ask. When's the last time you was intimate with someone?
My baby's 2 months, so like 4 months ago.
Your baby. So 4 months ago was your child's father.
No.
So you had pregnant. You had sex with somebody else while you were pregnant.
Yeah, I
What
did.
happened? What happened to that guy?
He's like a baller, and he stay on the road a lot. And he's a boss
So
man. He's
you
a
were
boss.
7 months pregnant and you had sex with somebody else.
Yeah. Yeah.
So, as you can see, this is not a uncommon mind state of the single mother, especially in the Black community. It's really crazy. I know it's crazy to see, right? But that's the way it is in a lot of households. And these women, the scary thing about it is, these women are having a lot of children. They are bringing a lot of human beings into this world without thinking about what that's going to do to their child in the long run. A lot of women are very selfish, and this is shameful behavior for women. We are supposed to be raising families with husbands and making good decisions with our wombs so that we can bring forth life in the way that the Most High desires us to do it. So, of course, everything happens for a reason. So I'm sure that single mothers who have a lot of children, those children are being birthed for a reason. I know that. But if we as a community can make better decisions and start bringing back the family mode of the father, the mother, and the child, then this will make us better as a people as a whole. So that's all I wanted to say today. If you know single mothers who are like this, I encourage you to make them feel ashamed. I don't know what else to say, because I certainly know if I know a single mother who I see exuding those type of behaviors, I'm going to ask her some hard questions. I believe it's not my responsibility, but kind of sort of, as a woman of color, as an Israelite, as a Black woman, quote unquote, to, if I see a woman talking crazy like that, or treating her children like that, or acting irresponsibly like that, then I'm going to say something. I'm going to make her feel ashamed, not in a very straightforward, like hurt her feelings type of way, but I definitely am going to say something to get those wheels turning in her head, if it's even possible, to think, oh, what I am doing, how I'm thinking is not okay. So I appreciate you all for watching. Get the comments going down below. I would love to hear a conversation with people who have an opinion on bringing shame back to single mothers. And if you like this video, please make sure you subscribe to the channel. It is absolutely free, and it is so helpful when you subscribe. I appreciate you for watching. Shalom.